you can have that closed and wrapped up inside of 7 days, and that can make a minimum of $5,000 to $10,000. Hey guys, welcome to my brand new channel, and today we're going to talk about some of the best side hustles in 2020 and ways that you can bring in an additional $500 or more every month in revenue, no matter who you are, education level, experience that you have, regardless. Anyone can do any of these, and I've personally used all of these and can vouch for how much that it makes. And comment below if you want additional videos or tips on how to do any of these as well. First on my list for best side hustles of 2020 and ways to bring in at least $500 or more every month, regardless of who you are, your education, your experience level, where you live in the country. Everyone can do all of these, and I've personally used all of them as well. First on my list is to teach some sort of skill. There's a lot of ways to do this, and you can do this if you're an extrovert or an introvert. If you're an extrovert and you like talking to people face to face, you can make some sort of basic ad, put it on Facebook Marketplace, talk to people word of mouth. You can teach like guitar lessons or skateboard lessons, and you reach out to people and you set an hourly price. If you're doing an hour lesson, you could do it for $20 an hour, $50 an hour. It really depends on what you're doing. But you can fill up your week this way where, I used to teach skateboard lessons. I'm not a great skateboarder by any means, but there was enough need in my area where moms were looking for lessons for their kids. I would teach hour lessons for $20, $50 an hour, somewhere in between there. And sometimes they'd have siblings or friends that would join in as well. But I was making $600, $700 extra a month just by in the afternoons doing a few lessons every single day, and it really built up fast too. It only took like a month to find 5 or 6 clients. So that's a great way to make some extra income, or get into freelancing and quit your job entirely. I wouldn't recommend it at first, but kind of start it, build up, and kind of wean your way onto it. Depending on what your skill is, you can market businesses. If you know how to find clients and schedule a dental practice, or if you know how to build social media or market, you can reach out to local businesses who will pay thousands of dollars. Another great way to teach a skill is to make YouTube videos, or if you're not comfortable in front of the camera, typing out ebooks or e-courses and selling those online. There's ways to market a website so you get way more traffic than you would locally. Everyone is passionate enough about something that they can teach someone that's brand new to the topic. Next on my list is to flip items or make and sell brand new items through online storefronts. Whether that's finding cheap items on eBay or Craigslist, garage sales, and flipping them for a profit, either doing a light refurb or just flipping them straight for a profit. Or there's ways to customize and buy your own products or drop ship through a Shopify or plenty of other storefronts, and you can market that through your friends and family, word of mouth. You can do flea markets, farmers markets. You can do social media advertising. There's a whole bunch of ways you can sell stuff. I can put a link to a channel that talks about that in the description below. Next on my list is selling plasma. Now, for a lot of people, this might be a little bit weird, but it's just like donating blood. You can do it up to 2 times a week. New donors will make $60, $70 for the first 3 times or so they go. But they have each place has their own pay schedule and how much they pay. But it's a super easy process. The first time you go in, you just bring 2 forms of ID and a proof of address. And then the first time they do a physical, that can take up to 3 hours. So it is a lot the first time, but every time you go after that, it's only about an hour. Essentially, all you're doing is you're donating blood, and they take the plasma out of your blood, which they make for life-saving medicines and treatment plans for millions of people. And then they recycle the blood and put it back in through the same needle. It's really not a hard process, and not as scary as a lot of people think. But it's an easy way to make $500 or more a month, depending on where you go. And there's a bunch of different options on this. There's Biomat, Telecris, Octapharma, CSL. There's a bunch of options, but the two biggest are probably CSL and Biomat or Grifols. But yeah, it's a great option for making up to $500 a month. Next side hustle on my list is to do exactly what I'm doing right now. Make some sort of blog, social media, YouTube channel. Could be about the same thing that you're teaching a skill with in the first step that we were talking about. Honestly, I know a lot of people think that there's a high barrier for entry for YouTube, and that's true. It does take time before you can make money, but everyone is already on YouTube. Everyone's already watching videos on social media, and everyone already has something that they're passionate enough about to talk about. So if it's not something that you're doing and you're on YouTube every day, or if you're watching this video, then start your own channel, make videos, and give it time. It'll start growing, and there's ways to even early on monetize through AdSense for a little bit, affiliates, all sorts of marketing partnerships. There's a bunch of ways to bring in an additional income, if not an entirely new income over time, through making YouTube videos or blog posts. All right, the last, and in my opinion, the best side hustle in 2020 to make an additional income, or honestly with this one, if you give it enough time, it'll become a complete new job for you and probably make more than you were making in the first place. And that's real estate investing, whether that's wholesaling, flipping, rentals. There are ways to do this without any money in the game at first. There's going to be maybe a couple upstart costs with marketing or just trying to find leads, but there are ways to do this without any money at all. And I mean, a wholesale deal, you can have that closed and wrapped up inside of 7 days, and that can make a minimum of $5,000 to $10,000. A flip will take a little bit longer, a few months, but you know, that'll be way more profit at $25,000, $30,000+ on, you know, the smallest, most minimal of flips. Rentals can be a little bit harder to get into, but honestly, between wholesaling and flipping, there's so much money to be made. You don't need a real estate license, any education. I'll drop a link in the description below to a couple channels that talk about wholesaling and flipping. There's a lot of really good guys out there. Flipping Mastery TV, Max Maxwell. There's a bunch of people who do this as a full-time job and have built companies out of this and can attest to how much money you can make. And honestly, I do it personally, and I educated myself completely through online videos, tutorials, courses, some local seminars, networking groups. People in this industry want to help too, because everyone benefits from each other. So that is for sure the number one on my list for how to make the most money through a side hustle in 2020. I did want to mention one honorable mention, and that's Amazon Flex. I'll show it right here. Essentially, what this is it's kind of private contracting, kind of like Uber or food delivery through Amazon that pays $18 to $25 an hour, and all you're doing is delivering packages. They have their own requirements and their application form that you can read through on their website. I'll leave the link in the description below, but it's a great way to, if you have a car or some spare time, to make, you know, a whole lot, $18 to $25 an hour. So I'll leave that in the description. But guys, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, if you have any comments, something you want to see, you want to understand one of these topics a little bit better, really I'm open to everything. This is a new channel, and these videos are for you guys. I want to be helpful. I want to teach you guys something. So just let me know what you want to see, and or if you want me to go in more in depth on anything. Like always, like and subscribe the video. But we will see you next time. I'm going to be cranking out these videos more regularly, probably once a week at first. But I mean, if you guys are watching them and telling me what you want to see, I'll make them more often. So it's really up to you guys. So we'll see you next time. been skateboarding since I was 10. By no means am I a great skateboarder, but if you are good enough at something, or skateboarding, selling real estate, traveling, anyone can. There's a lot of ways for introverts or other people that don't have as strong communication skills, all of that. So this is a side hustle that really can overtake your.
You really mean a lot to me.
Hey guys, and be sure to check out my Instagram. It's at Ben Coleman _Oz or OZ. Say hi, Piper.